right now, judo, it is an Olympic sport, and they supposed to have advertisement more, like show the young people that not only train another martial arts, it could give you a really good shape, but at least judo could help you to travel and know every part of the world.
Well, judo did change my life, and I want to share this culture with other members of our community and spread it around the world more and more.
Located in Charleston, South Carolina, today we are visiting Chucktown Judo. Located just outside the city, it is run by Sensei Justin Gervano. And here is our first discussion with him. But before we start the interview, we must first start with the most important part of any good judo session: the bowing in.
Kyotsuke. Sensei ni, right? Turn around. Kanoshian ni, right? Good. That is all.
Hi, I'm Mitchell, sir. What's your name?
Sensei Justin.
Sensei Justin. Nice to meet you, sir.
Justin Gervano.
And what's your club name, sir?
Chucktown Judo.
And so what inspired you to open Chucktown Judo, sir?
Well, judo did change my life, and I want to share this culture with other members of our community and spread it around the world more and more.
Now, one thing that's unique about Chucktown Judo is that you guys collaborate with a local cafe called Mellow and Play, and they have kind of like a coffee shop, as you can see in the background here. There's a coffee sign, and then also in the back there's like a sort of play area with pretty nice mat areas, and super good falls, and also it's kind of the height. Usually when you step on those kind of mats, it depresses too much, but that was fine, I thought. And so, how did this collaboration work out? Because this is a little bit different. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, and those mats are actually Sensei Eli's. While we've been open here for a little over a year, and the reason why I pitched this location to the owners of Mellow and Play Cafe is because we were filling the need of a new dojo location for American Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Academy ran by Sensei Elijah Fletcher. And so I rebranded as Chucktown Judo and hosted his competition team to this day. And it was actually my wife's idea to pitch Mellow and Play, and it's been a pretty perfect fit as we moved Eli's Olympic gymnast mats on top of their play area mats.
The randori at Chucktown Judo was a very lively environment. Music playing in the background, many judoka getting on the mat, as well as it was a safe environment with many judoka watching out for each other. I'll say there's many strong shodans and nidans, as well as up-and-coming members in the rank. And the cool part with this randori is that it's open to members of the Charleston community. So overall, this is a really fun environment, and I would recommend it for anyone visiting the Charleston area.
How did you get started in judo?
Well, it was actually the Rio Olympics. Some family friends invited me to go. I saw Usain Bolt beat 3 world records and live, and other outstanding athletes performing at their peak levels, and that inspired me to get more active. Now, I was just fortunate to be a very close friend with Sensei Elijah Fletcher since I was 18 years old, and he had already been running American Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and was a lifetime martial artist. Fortunately, he was introduced to Sensei Al Jacobs, who kind of introduced him to this kind of very traditionally Japanese and Olympic level judo.
So one of the things I'm doing with this documentary series is going around the U.S., filming different judo clubs, because it seems like the perception is that judo is shrinking in America, and a lot of the clubs are dying, and a lot of the judo fan base is dying here in America. And so what do you think the contributing factor is to that? I know it's a really big question, so if you want to go short and simple, or maybe you could talk about the different organizations, but what do you think the main contributing factor to judo shrinking in America is?
You know, it's interesting. I haven't actually been introduced to that statistic. You know, I know some other harsh numbers that are quite study-based of how I believe it's about 90% of judo club owners around the world have to work another job. And you know, and most of those also don't make any profit at their locations, and that's worldwide. So, you know, that's a little different topic of, you know, it's a little bit more political because judo is so political around the world. But really, I'm a very optimistic person, and you got to be when you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, I've been and maybe some of my optimism is makes me biased to where American judo is at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel from when I've gotten introduced to judo to now, especially in our region of America, it seems to have grown. Now, the pandemic almost ruined everything in the world, right? Yeah. So obviously, I did see that dip, and I still see how we're recovering from that dip. But devil's advocate is also Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Their marketing, their culture, and the branding that helps the businesses prosper in that culture is something that judo doesn't really have, you know, as much.
And that's actually something we've been hearing a lot during the filming of this mini or this first episode.
Right.
It's just that there's not a lot of advertisement out there. There's just, you know, people, they see judo and they're thinking it's like another, you know, karate, right? Like another you know, obviously there's, you know, crazy versions of karate and, you know, real martial arts, but they think it's kind of one of those fake, you know, you're from The Office almost.
Well, we got Hollywood. I love it. Cobra Kai, one of my favorite parodies, you know. But yeah, it's also drawing a lot of attention away from very authentic Olympic level, you know, sports like ours.
Now, you talked a little bit about the optimism, which I was going to ask as another question, but I think moving on, what do you think has been pivotal to the growth here, to the growth of judo here in Charleston? Because it definitely seems like it's been not exploding, but definitely growing. Where I think around COVID there was maybe one or two clubs. There was Samurai Judo at the naval base, and then there was American Jiu-Jitsu, Judo and Jiu-Jitsu.
That's right.
And now there's, I think, like 4 or 5 clubs.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's more clubs growing. So what do you think is contributing to that factor?
Well, I know there's behind the scenes there are some solid politics, and I know I'm not super involved yet. You know, I only got my black belt about a year and a half ago, but there's organizations like the USA Judo Veterans Group that are throwing these very big national tournaments for us old guys. One of which was in Charleston for the entire national veterans group, and I think that was a pretty big one to help our area. But I guess it's just luck of the draw of having so many passionate judokas who want to spread the word like me, you know.
Well, one thing
and Charleston's dope, you know. It doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. I mean, I was just surfing this morning, so you can't beat the the Charleston area. I want to touch on that first point. You talked about some of the veteran stuff, and then also with previously you talked about American Judo and Jiu-Jitsu having a kids program and focusing on sport for kids, and then moving them up to national level, a junior national level. And then even myself, I'm a college judo player at the Citadel.
Right.
And it seems like the Charleston area has a lot of the judo community. It has the kids, it has the senior level players, it has the college players, it has the veteran players, it has the kata, it has a lot of things. How would you describe the judo community here in Charleston? Even though I know you haven't been in it that long, but how would you describe that community?
Well, we got niche communities. I can only really speak about my tribe, and we've always been highly competitive. You know, we get very excited for the annual U.S. Open, and even at 38 years old, you know, I still push myself to fight in as many senior elite divisions that I can. Senior elite is like 18-year-olds and up, so this might be speaking to a...
Yeah, because so for For the veterans, it's 30, and then you kind of 30 and up, and you fight in your age group. And then seniors is pretty much every jack kid who's trying to go to the Olympics, like myself. I'm not trying to go to the Olympics, but I do want to compete, or I do like to compete. And so, yeah, basically you got old dudes competing with young dudes who are pretty fit. And so, yeah, that is actually really impressive. I don't know any 38-year-old who wants to compete with the young guys who are throwing crazy sacrifice throws and stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, yeah.
But
my goal, minimally, I will be competing in the senior elite until I'm 40. So I got 2 more years left, and I'll keep pushing it.
that's
See how my body feels after that.
Chucktown Judo is filled with many experienced players as well as coaches. One of such is Mr. Pedro Rivera, who was a former collegiate judo coach in Puerto Rico. Luckily, we were able to get an interview with him. Here it is now.
My name is Pedro Rivera.
Pedro Rivera.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to
I'm
meet
Mitchell.
you. Nice to meet you, Mitchell.
And so where are you from, sir?
I'm from Puerto Rico,
Oh, okay.
but I just moved here almost 6 years ago.
Obviously, your son's here doing judo with us tonight
Yes,
as
sir.
well. And so, how did you get into judo, sir?
So I started judo in 1989. Yeah, I'm a 4th dan in judo. I was a judo trainer back home. I was in charge of a university program back in Puerto Rico, and then I'm a IFGF certified trainer too. So from the International Judo Federation, and I was in charge and helping the development of young athletes back home.
And so, with your judo journey, what would you say like the most memorable experiences from that?
Man, that's a tough one. I could tell you that at the time, so when I retired from competing because of an injury, and then becoming a judo teacher, like a judo sensei.
And so, what would you say, because you've been in America for 6 years now, and actually before
I've been traveling a lot before that.
Okay, so what, obviously, the reason I'm filming this and doing it is, you know, judo is not necessarily the most popular sport in America. In many senses, it's the community starting to
True.
shrink. And so, what do you think the biggest cause of that is?
Advertising, because right now, judo, it is an Olympic sport, and they supposed to have advertisement more, like show the young people that not only train another martial arts, it could give you a really good shape, but at least judo could help you to travel and know every part of the world.
Absolutely. And then, what do you think, looking across, you know, you've been in this club for how long, sir?
Almost 6 years.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, 5 years and something. Because when I moved here, I contacted Eli, and then I started coming here every time that I came.
So what's your favorite part about the club here, sir?
Friendship. They're humble. They're understandable. They're good people. There is gonna be so many things that I could tell you good that we don't going to finish that.
Yeah.
Here you can see Mr. Rivera coaching one of the students. He even steps on the mat and does a couple drills and a little bit of kumikata. I found the same thing when during the randori, I didn't have a partner and he stepped on the mat and we did some kumikata drills together. Overall, a very helpful coach.
If there was one thing you could have, you know, for judo in America or judo in Puerto Rico, I'll give you the choice. What would that be?
Oh, that's a tough one. Here, we need more dojos. More dojos that could be accessible to young age to start training.
Because if I'm not mistaken, in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of community, like public clubs, right?
Yes, sir.
As opposed to here where it's more privatized,
Yeah.
more commercial.
In judo, in Puerto Rico, like 80% is covered by the government, or it's free. Here, it is not too expensive, but to find a really nice place to train. So I travel from my home to here an hour and 40 minutes to come here. I'm from West Colombia, and there's no judo there. If you make the research, for every one judo school, you have like 20, maybe 30 jiu-jitsu schools. I'm not complaining, and I have nothing against that, because I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu too. But it is something that we could combine and get it better. Just like for the jiu-jitsu community, they could get better on the stand-up game, and for the judo community to be best on the ground game.
Just like Flavio Canto, right? He says a black belt in BJJ is a black belt in
Flavio
judo.
Canto and Travis Stevens. We have that here.
Yeah.
So we need more people like them,
Yes, sir.
because they're humble and they're easy to get them to talk with them.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to say for this interview?
Man, just try our sport and try to get better person.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
No problem,
And,
my friend.
Que tenga buen día.
Igual.
Thank you to Justin Gravano and the whole Chucktown Judo family. The filming of this was amazing, and getting to tour their club and visit it was an awesome experience. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and liking the video so that more judoka and people interested in judo can see this type of content. Additionally, more episodes will be coming out with different judo clubs across the Southeast. So stay tuned and keep slapping the mat.